Minecraft Mods Session 7. This session will be run in multiplayer mode, and the Custom NPCs mod will be featured. Before you begin the session, you will need to disable Galacticraft Core, Galacticraft Planets, and McDoodle Core. We'll be demonstrating that in a moment. Note that deselecting Galacticraft in the launcher is not enough. If McDoodle Core is left in the mods folder, it will be active and it will crash Minecraft. If Minecraft crashes when you go to start it, that's probably because McDoodle Core has not been disabled properly. All of the other mods can be enabled as long as they don't cause too much lag or other problems. Start the launcher. Click Mods. Server Mods. Open Mods folder. We will select McDoodle Core, Galacticraft Planets, and Galacticraft Core, and we'll delete those. And we'll go into the Disabled Mods folder, and we'll find Custom NPCs, select Copy, back to the Parent folder, and paste. And then we'll just switch over to the Client Mods and back to the Server Mods, and we'll select All. Animal Bikes, Bibliocraft, and Biomes of Plenty can be run along with Custom NPCs. It's optional. If you experience considerable lag or any other problems, then deselect them. Click Start Minecraft EDU Server Launcher. Create New World. Generate Random World. Generate Structures. Create Animals. Start Server with New World. When the server is ready, click World Settings, and be sure all of these options are checked. If you would like to give items to students, there's a give command. You would type the item name. Say you wanted to give the students cake, and then you would type how many cakes you would like to give them. 5 cakes is a good number of cakes, I think. And then you would type the username, meaning who you would like to give the cake to. And then you would click Give Item or Block to the user, or instead of typing a name, you can click Give Item or Block to all. Let's go ahead and start the client now, or the student computer. Click Mods, Client Mods, Open Mods folder. Select McDoodle Core, Galacticraft Planets, Galacticraft Core, and delete. Open the Disabled Mods folder. Select and copy Custom NPCs. Back to the Parent folder. Paste. Switch to Server Mods and back to Client Mods. And select all. And then start Minecraft EDU. And launch. Type our name. I'm just using this as a student, so I'll just use the name student. Click Continue. Multiplayer. Because we have the server running on this computer, we can click Direct Connect. And localhost, join server. I am student, connect. And here we are in the Minecraft world. We'll just climb up, try and find a nice flat area where we can try and get some work done. Oh look, over there's our teacher. So I have already started a window where I logged on as a teacher, and that's because the first activity that we're going to do requires the teacher to give the students a few of the custom NPC tools. So we'll just pop over to that teacher window for a moment, and we'll go back into the game. Now as a teacher, if I press the P key, as a teacher, if I press the M key, so on some computers it's the P key, some it's the M key. One of the tabs in the teacher's menu is Give. You can start typing the name of the item that you'd like to give. NPC wand. There we go. There's the NPC wand. I'd like to give 1 to all the players. Real quick, if we pop over to that other window and check, we can see that it says in the bottom corner we're given a custom NPC 1. And we'll go back to the teacher window again, And we need to give the student a couple of other tools. There was the NPC Pather. Give that to all the players. And there's also the Mob Cloner. Give that to all the students as well. Minimize the teacher window. Switch back to the student window so we can focus on the student. Maximize this window. Now, with an open area in front of you, take the NPC wand in your hand and right-click on a clear area on the ground, and that will create an NPC. An NPC is a non-player character. When the NPC forms, the NPC GUI will open up. And as we can see, when the NPC is formed, it's given a name. This NPC's name is Claire. We can add a title. Let's say Claire is a friendly merchant. And we can decide whether or not the NPC's name and title will be displayed. Hide or show. Show when attacking. There's a few different options. Anyway, what we can do now is we can close down the interface. Be careful not to click the delete button, because if we click the delete button, it'll ask us if we want to delete the NPC, which we do not. So we'll click no. So we'll close down the GUI, and you can see Claire is a friendly merchant. So if we click on Claire again, right click with the NPC wand. Oh, if we happen to miss Claire when we click, it'll just open up this interface. You can either select the NPC that you want to edit, or you can just press escape and try clicking on Claire again. Now we can explore some of the editing options for the NPC. Next to model, let's click edit. Up at the top we can change our different models. You can scroll through them if you choose, or you could press the button and scroll down through the list. Say sheep, and now our custom NPC is a sheep. We can press scale to change the width, height, or depth of our body, arms, and legs. In this window we can change the orientation of the custom NPC so we can see the back and sides. So these buttons here change the orientation. If we click the button next to head, it gives us options for what we can do with the head. We can change the headwear, hair, we can add a mohawk, beard, snout, ears. With the body, we have a few options, whether we're going to add wings, particles, fin, or change the appearance of the chest area. Arms, we can add claws, and legs. We have some options we can explore. Many of the options have a hexadecimal code after them. If you click the hexadecimal code, you can choose a color for that particular option. There's lots to explore. Even add a tail. Then we can also save or load our custom NPC settings. We can adjust the NPC size. 5 is normal. 1, we go take a look, is really small. And 30 is ginormous. And we'll go back to 5. Next we'll explore the texture. If you click the select button next to the texture button, see there's textures we can choose from. These are different versions of Steve. Steve is the texture that is our NPC. We can double click on the up button and choose another type of character. There's different types of elves, dwarves. Anyway, there's lots for the students to choose from. Press the back button. And you can always return to the Minecraft world to see the texture that you chose. The next two options are cape and overlay. And you can see your different options for capes. Or overlays such as goggles and ghost eyes. You can always go back to the world and take a look. It doesn't seem like he wants to look at us. There we go. Those are some freaky looking eyes. There's some other options about living animation. If you choose living animation, the NPC should move around, twitch every 2 seconds or so. And if you turn living animation off, it should just stand statue still, but there's a glitch with the current release of the program that does not actually turn the living animation on and off. Whether or not the NPC is visible, and the boss bar you would use if you're creating an NPC that will be used as a boss. Visible, you can see this one's kind of see-through now. The next tab we're going to explore is the AI, the artificial intelligence settings. We'll be focusing on the movement edit feature. There's a few different movement types. There's standing, there's wandering. You set the range based on how far from the point where he starts you'd like him to wander. This is a radius of 5 blocks right now. And animation could be walking, or it could be normal, it could be sneaking, which is crouched down a little bit, aiming, which you might do if you had a bow, dancing. So let's see what this looks like. There he is dancing. Will he start to wander? Oh, there he goes. He's wandering around. And wandering back. So we'll go back into movement and let's select moving path. The NPC will follow a path that you set using the NPC Pather tool. And there's different types of movement. There's looping, meaning that it'll run from point A to point B to point C and then back to point A again. Or there's backtracking where you'd run point A, point B, point C, back to B, back to A, and repeat that. Animation, just like wandering, there's sneaking, aiming, dancing. Let's go with sneaking so you can see what that looks like. And pause means that at each point that you select with your NPC Pather tool, when he reaches the point, he'll pause for between, I think it's between a half a second and 5 seconds. So let's choose no pauses, and we'll take a quick look and see what the NPC is up to. Alright, so we'll have to select the Pather tool, and then we'll click on the NPC with the Pather tool. That will set our first point. Then we hit escape, and we'll select another point, say this point here. And he starts moving towards the next point. We'll hit escape, and maybe we'll choose another point. Say a point, wander over here, maybe choose this point here as our next point. Escape again, and then if we fly up a little bit, we can see he's just following the point, following the path that we set for him. Now, as it stands, we're a little far away from him to actually choose him when we go to use the NPC wand to edit him. But if we click in an area where there are no blocks to select, we will see all the NPCs that we've created, and we can select one and press edit. At this point, the students will be presented with a challenge. The challenge will be to explore the roles and jobs. We'll be focusing on the role of trader and the job of item giver. In order to trade or to give items, we're going to need to give the students some items. We can do that through the server right now. We could give them, you could also do this through the teacher's menu. Give all of them 10 cakes, and how about some gold ingots. Let's try, how about fish? How about puffer fish? That sounds like fun. Alright, so let's take a look at the role of trader. Click edit. This is where you define your trades. So you may say, as a trader, if you give me let's say 1 cake, not 10 cakes. If you give me 1 cake, I will give you a puffer fish. If you give me a puffer fish, I will give you a piece of gold. And if you give me a cake and a puffer fish, why don't we make that gold and this one cake. So if you give me a cake, I'll give you a puffer fish. If you give me a puffer fish, I'll give you a cake. If you give me a cake and a puffer fish, I will give you a gold ingot. We can close out of this window, and if we go down and with an empty hand, if we click on the NPC, there's a list of all the trades the NPC is willing to make. If I decide that I would like a gold ingot and I decide to take a gold ingot, then the merchant will automatically take a cake and a puffer fish out of my inventory. You can see my cake and my puffer fish are disappearing. And that's the way the trader works. Now if we pick up our NPC wand again and decide to edit Claire, go back into the Advanced tab, and let's decide, let's change Claire so she has no role, but she does have a job, and she is an item giver. The item givers have an inventory area where you would place the items that the item giver can give away. And then you can select which items they might give, all items, only the items they don't already possess, or only give them items when they don't have any of the items in the inventory. Chained, meaning the items will be given to the player in the order they appear in the NPC's inventory, with perhaps a cooldown time in between each item. Or an item in the NPC's inventory will be chosen at random to be given to the player. The text box to the right contains the dialogue the NPC will use when the items are given to the player. Let's give them all items. You decide how frequent, only once a day, or according to the cooldown timer. The availability options is just if you want to set up items based on factions. So if we go back here, and friendly merchant isn't giving us anything right now. So we run away, and we come back. Claire still isn't giving us the items. Oh, have these items, student. So Claire just gave us the items. There's other roles and jobs for the students to investigate, and there's also the NPC cloner tool they can use. Now with the cloner tool, I believe you just click on Claire, you could press save, and then you could run over here and click on the ground, and you could create another Claire. And there's another Claire. And that about wraps it up for this video.